Hey everyone, Eric Lima here. You're watching another video from my secondary YouTube channel, aka my secondary YouTube vlog, in which I present to you all my sentimental thoughts from my heart and my soul, and all my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and my brain. This is EML77 TV. Eric Lima here, and this is episode 753 of July the 23rd, 2022, 22 p.m. Praise God. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Like myself, I had a good day at work. No problems at all. Tomorrow is the last day of the work week, thank God. So I get to sit back and chill and over the weekend and say the weekend is mine. Just so you know what's coming up starting next week. Also, the Portuguese Feast portion of the South Coast Festival Cup Championship from my PS1 Big League Slugger baseball game. Check it out. Hope you tune in. The Dartmouth Dragons and the Freetown Knights still going at it. The Dartmouth Dragons represent myself and my fellow Ruby Tuesday former co-workers, but I still consider them Ruby Tuesday Dartmouth family. And my church family represented by the Freetown Knights. We're going a head-to-head battle in the best of 8 series. Right now the Dragons are up 3-1, 2 more wins, and the Dartmouth Dragons can end up being the first ever South Coast Festival Cup champions of 2020. We will find out for sure, or will the Freetown Knights make a comeback and tie it up? We will see, we will see. So that's also what's up. I hope you guys enjoyed my video of me calling Undertaker matches from yesterday's episode. But I know it's blocked. My video has been blocked in other countries because of the copyright issue, so I do apologize for that. But the video can still be played if you're able to play your video in your country, great. If not, I apologize. I apologize, and don't worry about a thing. Alright? I think mostly in the majority of the countries that the video is blocked in is Asian countries, basically. So that's kind of crazy to say. That's kind of weird to say the least. But anyways, and there's 7 views on it, and so that's pretty good. But I shouldn't have done that episode yesterday, and we'll tell you why. Because yesterday was July 22nd, which means I missed this out on a day, but I'm going to do it anyways because this is what we're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Around this time, yesterday's date was the 25th anniversary of the final time I went to Rocky Point. Now, y'all are wondering, what's Rocky Point? Did Dwayne Johnson buy a piece of land and decided to make some kind of amusement park out of it? Wait a minute. Amusement park? It is an amusement park. But no, it was not bought by Dwayne Johnson. Get it, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Rocky Point. Anyways, no, it was an amusement park. You got it half right, but no, it's not bought by Dwayne Johnson. However, Rocky Point was an amusement park. It started in the late mid-1800s, and it has been around until 1995, which was the last time Rocky Point was open. Here's the crazy part. I only went there 4 times in my whole entire life at Rocky Point. 4 times. The first 2 times, the first time I was introduced to Rocky Point was 1983, or was it 83 or 84? I was part of an after-school program known as YMCA Latchkey Program, and there were 3 schools that were involved. 3 schools that were involved in this: Parker School, Hayden McFadden, nicknamed Haymack, and Gomes School. I went to the Parker School one. This is the after-school program. Ironically, I went to Gomes School when I was in 1st grade, but that was not part of the after-school program. But it was during regular school hours. But I went to Parker School and introduced to a lot of good people there. That's how I got my first nickname, Whammy. Yeah, that's right, 1983 was the year that Pressure Luck was born. So I went to Rocky Point Park. The first time I went there, I went on 2 rides that I regretted going on and never went on again. One ride was the House of Horrors. That sucker was scary. I did not want to go in there again. Although, if it was still around nowadays and they say, Eric, we want to go on the ride again, I probably had some devious idea, and then everything would be silent. I'd be doing my Undertaker voice. Your soul arrested, peace. That was you, knock it off! Sorry. I would have pranked my friends. That would have been really hilarious. But yeah, I was trying to, I would get everybody complaining. Eric keeps doing his Undertaker voice. Trying to keep a straight face and laughing, going, I scared you guys, didn't I? I would have laughed off. But no, I went in there and I did not want to go in there again. I was so scared. And I was only, what, 1983, 77, I was only 6 years old. 6, 7 years old. I went into Rocky Point. I was very young at that age. Holy crap. But then I went on the Enterprise and I got really scared. Because I thought it was like, goes around in circles, but it went up and I'm like, holy cow! I think we went to with the other. I think we went with Haymack. That's right. The first time we went with Haymack. That's right, Haymack School. Anyways, yeah, Rocky Point. And the second time we went, we had a great time. And I did not go on the House of Horrors this time, the haunted house ride. No. No, that House of Horrors. But even though I will remember it, that's for sure. The third time I went was with my church friends. In 1988, when my stepmother was pregnant with my brother Tyler. Ironically, here's the ironic part. While I'm talking about this, my brother's Tyler's birthday is next week, so an early birthday greeting to Tyler. I'll wish him a happy birthday when I do my crazy baseball game. Anyways, so my mother was pregnant with my stepmother was pregnant with my brother, so I went with my dad. And my dad and some of his friends. In fact, one of my church friends' wife decided to stay home and stay behind with my mother. My stepmother would have gone with us and just sat there and just enjoyed enjoyed us screaming like idiots on any ride. The Flume, the Apollo 11, and whatnot. Although if they want to test my metal, they should have tested my mental metal with the haunted house again. I wouldn't be afraid this time. I'm like walking out there going, "That's the scariest thing I ever seen." If the House of Horrors is still around today, and they say, "Hey, I want to go on it," if a beautiful girl asked me to go on it, because I'm scared, I'm like, "Don't worry." Although if it was 2 guys picking on me, I'd be doing my Undertaker voice. This is the Undertaker. Welcome to the House of Horrors. Shut up. Imagine that. That would be hilarious. Anyways, yeah, so I went there, and so I went to Rocky Point there, had a great time, went on to Tilt-A-Whirl, had a great time on all the rides, and it was a lot of fun. The final time, July 22nd, 1995, 25 years ago, I went with my church youth group. And and this is when I went through all the crap. And I was working at Ruby Tuesday, but they let me have that day off to enjoy Rocky Point. Went to Rocky Point and all the stuff with my ex-crush and everything else. But yeah, my ex-crush and she was dating someone else. She was dating her then boyfriend Ruben at the time. My ex-crush Paulette. Those you don't know. She was dating her then boyfriend Ruben at the time, but I didn't care. I just want to go on the rides at Rocky Point. I'm gonna have a good time, right? Rocky Point was the thing back in the day. I remember my pastor, Dave. I rid with him and his family. And with Warwick R.I, they had a Hooters. There was a Hooters in Warwick. Warwick had a Hooters. We drove by it. My pastor joked, "Hey, let's go in there and get a sandwich." Look at them. Let's not say we did. I think one of my friends used to say that. Let's not say we did. Just for the heck of it. I don't know. So we drove by it, and we went inside. Let's see, I went on the Apollo 2, screamed my head off there, went on the Flume, Had a great time. Tilt-a-whirl, screamed my head off there. Scrambler, screamed my head off there. Went on the rock and roll. I quoted Power Ranger lines. I quoted Cool Runnings lines. I quoted Aladdin doing my Iago impression. Jafar, Jafar. You know, I was having a grand old time. I didn't care if my ex-crush and her then boyfriend Ruben were there. I had a great time. I had a great time. And little did I know that would be the final time I would ever go to Rocky Point. Rocky Point, I don't want to say Rocky Point was the joint. It sounded like Snoop Dogg when he said Rocky Point was the joint. Oh, joint, y'all. So, Rocky Point was the joint back then, the amusement park joint. That was the bomb, alright? Now, when I was a little kid, we had Lincoln Park in Dartmouth. I only went there once with my biological mother and biological grandmother. And needless to say, I was a little kid, so I was way too young to understand what having a good time is like. So it's like, epa, you know. So yeah, Rocky Point was the park that I was the park that I missed. I missed Rocky Point. Although nowadays I can use it as a joke, you know. Hey, rumor has it that Dwayne Johnson decided to buy a piece of land a big piece of land in Warwick, and decided to build an amusement park there. What was the amusement park called? Rocky Point. Rocky? Oh, kill me with that one. That was a good joke. Anyways, yeah, so I do miss Rocky Point. Listened to the House of Horrors, the Scrambler, I went on the Flume, we had a lot of fun, Apollo 2. I didn't go on the Free Fall, they had that. The Corkscrew, they had that, but I didn't go on it. And the closest thing that ever been to Rocky Point was, unfortunately, the WEML-TV Festival. Because the WEML-TV Festival had all the rides. Didn't have the House of Horrors, but it had the Apollo 2, but I went on, was it called Flying Bob's? Was it Music Fest? I went on it, and it was kind of scary. It's like, it's not the same anymore, you know? I went on the Scrambler, I went on the Tilt-a-Whirl. Those are two rides I had a lot of fun. I had more fun on. But with the WEML-TV Festival postponed and everything else, I figured, hey, you know, but, you know, it's sad that Rocky Point Park is no longer there. So technically, it's still there, but it's not. The amusement park, amusement ride portion is not there. You can walk around it, and it will show you. It's almost like an outdoor museum type deal, almost, but without all the artifacts. You know what I'm saying? And it will show you, because it's like it has a sign that will show you what was in that space. You know, which is totally weird. I haven't been there since it closed down and everything else, and I've heard, but it came back as just a place you walk. It's like a peaceful park and everything else, and I hope I can go just to take pictures of the signs and say, hey, this was here, that was here, and, you know, take a walk around, just take in the ambiance and everything else, and just look around and say, well, what once was, you know. You know, it couldn't help but feel sad. You know what I mean? It was one of the coolest parks ever. But the legacy of it lives on here on the internet and on a DVD known as You Must Be Tall. I want to give a shout out to Rick Kavanaugh for giving me that DVD set. I appreciate it, Rick. You know, God bless you, man. You are one of the coolest dudes ever, and really excited. And so Rick and Nova and Janelle, bless you guys. Also, I got 2 books here I bought at the news break in the Route 6 for Haven Bridge. If you just go over to Free Haven Bridge news break, right after Dunkin' Donuts, actually. You go in, and there's a True Value hardware store, which has been closed down ever since. But there were 2 books, and I bought these a while back, before the whole pandemic thing happened and all that good stuff. The first one is the Rocky Images of America, Rocky Point by David Betancourt. It's Stephanie Chauvin. Check this out. David Betancourt does have a YouTube channel about Rocky Point on here. Check him out. If you're a Rocky Point freak, I recommend picking this up as well. And also, this one's by David Betancourt himself. The Images of Modern America. This is a new one, Rocky Point Park, as well. And I will read the back of this one, the Images of America at Rocky Point Park. this original one. The back goes like this. In 1847, 1847, this is before any of us were even born, Rocky Point Park's humble beginnings as a Sunday school picnic ground gave birth to a true Rhode Island tradition. For nearly 150 years until its closing in 1995, the park evolved as a welcome resort. Vacationers hosted two U.S. presidents, suffered through devastating hurricanes, and was afterward revived by the Furla family. By the mid-20th century, no summer in Rhode Island was complete without a trip to Rocky Point to ride the corkscrew, cool off in the Olympic-sized saltwater pool, enjoy all-you-can-eat clam cakes and chowder at the world's largest shore dinner hall. Although no longer standing, Rocky Point Park remains an iconic piece of Rhode Island history and is a subject of many fond memories. And I'm going to say, David Betancourt is a Rhode Island-born filmmaker and adjunct professor at the University of Rhode Island. His feature documentary, You Must Be This Tall, Story of Rocky Point Park, as the DVD set, came out, released in September 2007. Stephanie Chauvin is a freelance writer currently residing in Providence. She spent many summer days at Rocky Point Park. Photographs from the Warwick Historical Society, private collections, and family albums provide us a nostalgic look back at one of Rhode Island's most beloved destinations. And it talks about what the Images of America are all about, celebrates the history of neighborhoods, towns, cities across the country, uses photographs. And this is an awesome book. If you're a Rocky Point fan, if you're from New England and you're a hardcore Rocky Point fan, this is a must read, and this is a must pick up as well. This one here, I'm going to read the back of this one here. All right. In 1938, a tremendous hurricane devastated southern New England, including Rocky Point Park. Shore Dining Hall was washed away. The roller coaster lay in ruins. Owners began to look into other options for this beautiful 80 acres of land along the coastline of Narragansett Bay. The park's future was in jeopardy until 1948, when Providence businessman Vincent Furla bought it and brought it back to life. He revitalized the Midway and brought in new and exciting rides. And on the park's first day back, more than 35,000 people visited. The park thrived for nearly 50 years until its eventual closure in 1995. Today, the scenic spot along the Atlantic Ocean has been returned to the people of Rhode Island as a nature preserve, and it's flourishing once again. Rhode Island native Dave Betancourt has many fond memories of Rocky Point Park, where he spent many childhood summers. In 2007, he produced and directed a documentary about the park called You Must Be This Tall, and many of the images for this book are drawn from Nat Film's extensive research and photographic archive. In 2019, Betancourt co-authored Arcadia's Images of America, Rocky Point Park, which is this book here. These two books are a must-read, and if you ever get lucky on Amazon or even eBay, you get lucky and find that DVD, that DVD set, go and buy it if you're a hardcore Rocky Point fan. I got my DVD set as a gift from Rick Kavanaugh. Again, thank you, Rick. God bless you, man. So, yeah. So what I get out of this Rocky Point, but it has some great, awesome pictures in here. It has Rode the Corkscrew at Rocky Point. You can. I have a T-shirt of Rocky Point. I got two T-shirts of Rocky Point, for that matter. A lot of pictures, man. A lot of pictures. You got the House of Horrors, Anita Furla collection, and you got two. You got magicians and rock and rollers. You got Rocky Point. You got Rocky the Lobster, and it's all these pictures are so amazing. I look back at these pictures. I look back at my childhood at Rocky Point. Rocky Point was really, really cool. I mean, like I said, I only went in there. I only went in there 4 times throughout my entire career. And it's unbelievable how Rocky Point Park has changed over the years. You get the Rocky Point Arcade. Like I said, I went there in 1983 when arcades started to be a big hit, and Press Your Luck was a huge made its debut that year, and went and just I had an awesome. It's unbelievable. I miss Rocky Point, I do admit, and it's one of the coolest all I can say is thank you, Rhode Island, for providing us the biggest amusement park in American history here in New England, and that was Rocky Point. Do I miss Rocky Point? Heck yes, I really, really do. But I figured. But I got one more thing to show you guys, and that's I just bought this at Games to Gold, which is right down the street from where I live, man. I'm telling you, I'm really excited. It cost me $40 to get this thing, and you know, I know I got the game online for the Switch, but guess what? It's here, Streets of Rage 4. Unbelievable. I'm gonna see if I can try and get it open. It's crazy. It is crazy. While I'm trying to open this thing, I'll keep talking about Rocky Point. I'll tell you what, man. Let me tell you, I loved Rocky Point, and I really miss it. And every time I listen to 80s music, some songs of the 80s do remind me of my time as a member of the Latchkey YMCA Latchkey Park School program before I got transferred over to Dennis Memorial, which replaced Gomes School. And I would have went 5 times, and I think what happened was I think some of the kids acted up. And I think we ended up getting punished from going to Rocky Point because for 1 year. That's why I think we ended up getting punished for going to Rocky Point for 1 year. I think that's why I remember, because I think we had to write sentences and all that. I don't know what happened, who was acting up, and why. Look at this. I got an art booklet. Look at the key ring. Streets of Rage 4 key ring. That's cool. And a little art booklets. Yeah. And it's a little art booklet of the fighters and the bosses and enemies and all that good stuff. So it's totally awesome to see the least. Axel, Adam, Blaze, Cherry, Floyd, Victoria, Donovan, Sugar, Kiwashi, Commissioner Elite, Galzia, Nora, Shiva, Diamond, Big Ben, Marvin, Estelle, Goro, Max, Signal, Kubo, Diva, Gold, Mr. Y, Miss Y. Streets of Rage 4. Oh, it has 2 different covers too. It has 2 different covers. If you see it on the other side, it has another cover, so you can flip it back and forth. It's really, really cool. So yeah, check it out. If you get online, delete that. It'll save you a lot of GBs. But I got the game physical copy. This is the physical copy of Streets of Rage 4. Didn't think that was going to come out, but I will deal with that when the time being. So that is it. That is it for this episode. I hope you guys missed Rocky Point. I know I'm wearing this air shirt. For goodness sake. So sense of humor. That's me. If you missed Rocky Point again, if you happen to be in New Bedford and you want to get these books, Rocky Point, man. All I'm gonna say is Rocky Point. Go to Newsbreak. It's a must buy. If you can't find them there, go online. Amazon probably has them, or eBay has them, but I'm not selling these. So I'm just recommending those who are hardcore Rocky Point Park fans. And again, that'll be a lot of fun going to. So yeah, 25 years was the 25 years ago. I went to Rocky Point for the very last time before it closed down for good. I'm gonna miss Rocky Point. I miss Rocky Point. I really do. Miss the good old days. You know you're old when you miss the good old days of the 80s and 90s. Yep, I'm old. Alrighty then. You see a little gray hair coming out of my beard, my 5 o'clock shadow? I shaved this thing. What a grody dude. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and put smiles on your faces at least. I know we're in a pandemic, and all the craziness is going on in the world, and everybody's going nuts, and or cuckoo, but whatever. So I'll see you guys later, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you're blessed with this episode. I will see you in episode 754, Rocky Point Park Tribute. Peace, love, and thumbs up. or as Orange Cassidy would go. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys later. See you in the next episode. Remember, next week we'll start the Portuguese Feast portion of the South Coast Festival Cup Championship for the PlayStation 1 Big League Slugger Baseball playoffs, the best of 8 games. The Dartmouth Dragons are up 3-1 in that series, and from the WEML-TV Festival portion. So if the Dartmouth Dragons win 2 more games, they will be the first ever South Coast Festival Cup Championship champions of 2020 of the Big League Slugger Baseball. So I'm looking forward to it, and I say peace, love, and be cool, be awesome, be excellent to each other. And remember, use your blinker. Okay? See ya. See you in episode 754.